Is it recorded? Yeah, cool. I'll let you finish your mouthful of chocolate raisins. Okay, so welcome to episode 2 of Half Guard Podcast with myself, Rhys Whitehouse, and Mr. George Pearson, sponsored by Scissors Stylebook Directory. George, are you done? Are you done eating your raisins now?
Yes. I like them, chocolate raisins.
You're standing really far away from the mic now. You've stopped chewing. It's fine.
Yeah, because last week I was deep throating the podcast.
Yeah, and I felt like I was too far away. My voice is a little weird today because I don't know what's going on. I've got some...
He's ill and he won't admit it, and he's all germy. He's just floating around.
I don't know what you're on about. So, it's been a couple of weeks since we recorded, George.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good.
Yeah?
I'm good. What have we been up to? I had a busy week last week. So, Hull.
Yes, we went to Hull. We went to Hull to a project, Project Men. Yeah, which is run by the Fellowship, which was a Scissors, like a day, wasn't it? Like, what, you just did a movement there, like a slice.
I thought you were going to say /Wahl.
Oh yeah, well, Wahl weren't there. Like Simon wasn't there this time, we were gutted.
Still sponsored.
Still sponsored.
Dead to us.
But yeah, no, we went up there. That was a very, very early start. That was a long drive, but it was a fun day. It was a fun day. We had a really nice day actually. I think we're going back up in, I don't know, sometime maybe March. But it depends when the next Project Men thing is. I think they're announcing the new lineup soon.
It's a great thing. The Fellowship Men.
Project Men. Fellowship Hair. I think it's Fellowship Hair or just the Fellowship.
So, I was going to say, do you want to explain what it's all about?
Oh yeah, so Project Men is... So it's like a course that's run by the Fellowship, which is exclusively for obviously barbering. It's run by Simon Shaw, who's the global artistic director of Wahl. He's the lead for it, and they there's like varying classes. So for example, we met Captain Fawcett, Richie. He's a really nice guy actually. That's the first time we met him, and like they go to theirs, and then they go to Mataki. They spend a lot of time in the Wahl Academy, and just doing a lot of Barbary things. And obviously the Wahl artistic team. There's they've done classes with Sam Campagna. They've done classes with Mick Damiano and all that. So it's definitely worth the money to invest.
Yeah, definitely, because they include a photo shoot, which is a great opportunity.
That was with Paul as well, wasn't it?
Yeah, Happy Jack Studio. Great opportunity to just learn the principles of getting models, what it takes to...
George, I feel like you're really quiet on this.
I'll move forward.
That's it, yeah. Go on. You were saying about the principles of this, that, and the
pretty
other.
much was done, yeah. Just great opportunity all round, really.
I saw you went to Liverpool yesterday.
I did.
How was that?
Yeah, I'm trying not to sound too hipsterish. That's like just my glasses. I went museum
Bundy glasses.
jumping. So I went to the Turner Prize at Tate Britain and the Sony Photographic World Awards. Those might not have been in the right order, those words.
I think you just take them and Google them. I'm sure the right ones come up, isn't it?
Open Eye Gallery, which is a great gallery if you're into photography.
Well, that's the thing. If people don't know, George is the sort of resident photographer. So he came. That's one of the reasons you came along to the Mataki thing as well, wasn't it? Because Emma requested you specifically for his snapper skills, and you did a lovely job, George. You made me look just fabulous.
Passable,
yeah. And do you know what? I had a really good day actually that day because I saw, my model, I hadn't seen him for going on about 7 years because he's a vocalist from a band called Black Tongue, which are one of my favourite metal bands.
Black Tongue,
yes. They're Christian. No. No, they are not. They are very heavy, and I've gigged with them a few times actually back in the day. And they're lovely guys, lovely guys.
Nice.
And I won't tell you. Well, I will tell you the name of the other band that they were. They were the band. Half of them are in a band called Infinite Annihilator, which some of our viewers, listeners, may be aware of. Others may be repulsed by.
They're just happy names, aren't they?
No, yeah. So I hear you're planning a shoot in January. We didn't talk about that too much.
Well, it's with you.
Well, yeah, but you didn't talk about it, so now's your perfect time.
Oh, okay. Do you want to do shooting generally?
Yeah, it's a bit of a nick that.
I want to do a studio. Oh wow! I want to do a studio shoot. Yeah, I'll leave you to get the models and what creative drive you want to do. Sorry, Dale just walked past the window. Really threw me off.
Yeah, Dale is outside. Dale, I will also point out, we've said, Dale, can you come on the show for a little bit and do some questions? Oh, I'm going to try and sneak him in. Dale! Dale, come in here! Come on! Don't be a wuss! I'm going to try and get him on it at some point. He'll probably sneak in at some point.
You can't resist.
No, I can't resist. I just want to ask him some questions. Come on! He's coming in. He's not. Alright, what a wuss. But anyway, yeah, so going back to it, yeah, the Project Men thing was really fun. That's something I'm looking...
The talent in the room.
Yeah, mad. Do you know, absolutely mad. I was with them in Barnsley when they first started, and they've come on in leaps and bounds. There was is it Emma Simmons? Emma Simmons. Her work is insane.
She's just done a reel with all her awards.
Oh, the award. Did you see that one as well?
Incredible work.
And I thought I was showing off with mine, but like, Christ alive.
But it's nice when inspiration comes from both sides,
Yeah.
from the stage and the audience.
Yeah, it's honestly, I was so taken back by her. Well, obviously, I wasn't there in for the shoot that they did for Barber Evo, but my God, some of the images, and then I've got to go cut for them and show them.
Yeah,
it's a bit like Jesus Christ.
How does that, like, for somebody of your stature?
You're a flirt. Yeah, and I see you casually eating your chocolate raisins.
So, anyway, what I was going to say is, how do you, somebody kind of towards the top, deal with anxiety of standing on a stage when you know there's people equal, maybe better?
Most of the time better. I just go up and do my thing, because at the end of the day, it's not just about... you're not really there to be like, what you're doing is wrong. You're there to be like, this is what I'm doing. Do you know what I mean? So there's a million and one ways in this industry to skin a cat, isn't there? If you like that phrase.
I love them.
I love them phrases. So yeah, no, it's just a way of just showing a different method, I suppose. Because there's, do you know what? When I first started, there's things that I do when I first started that I still do now, because as much as we can sit there, and obviously it's very important in this industry to massively pay attention and respect experience, I always like listening to apprentices as well, because there's certain things that they might see from...
Fresh eyes.
Yeah, fresh eyes, or like, quote-unquote, ignorant eyes, that we might have just completely overlooked because we've spent too long trying to piece things apart. So I quite like that. I quite enjoy that. So, yeah, no, I don't really get too anxious, to be honest. I don't really get too anxious, because... I like cutting hair.
Nice. What else have you been up to last week?
I don't know, really. What have I done? What have I done, George? I got a camera. You showed me how to use cameras.
You have.
Yeah.
So, going back to the whole social media thing, Instagram, how important is it?
Oh, in general.
Yeah, that was kind of...
Where are you going with that, bud? No,
so you're very good at taking photos at the end. Do you just take photos of every cut and then at the end of the day decide what suits your grid? Or do you kind of start a cut thinking this is going to be an Instagram cut?
I think there's different things to look at there. So sometimes... If it depends on how much time I have. So sometimes I'll start a cut and be like, oh, I've got an extra 15 minutes after this. Let's really string this out and make sure this will go on the grid. Or I'll start something like before. I was talking to the guys at Mataki. Do you know what? I just thought about Mataki. What does it mean in Japanese? Doesn't it mean like whole or something like that? Emma did tell us. You can Google it, but I swear it's like whole or like... But either way, I digress. So, like, I was talking to Lucas and Alex this morning, and I said, is there anything you specifically that you want this week? Because it's Monday and I want to get on it and I want to jump on it. And they mentioned a couple of things. So I thought straight away, my first client, I thought, okay, we can roll with it. I think it's just one of those. I think it's having the setup ready in front of you, and just being prepared. It's that whole mise en place thing that they do in French cuisine, which I'm a big fan of. It's I know that's a reference there, isn't it?
Yeah, that was.
Hey, you liked that, didn't you? Yeah. So no, it's just having everything set up in front of you and just good to go. Like as soon as the muses take you, it's one of those where. Yeah, and sometimes you can look at it right at the end and know, okay, cool. Like about 3/4 of the way through, you're going to take a photo of it. Sometimes, you might not have the time. Sometimes, you just might not necessarily feeling it, but you don't need to take a cut for every, picture of every single cut. But I do feel like it's important. There's two sides of the fence on this. I do feel like social media is important to an extent, but does it get me as many clients as consistency and word of mouth? Probably not.
No, it's understanding why you're posting. Posting, I think, is an online CV.
Yeah.
So I know for the future, if I do move on, although I am Dale.
He stood right behind the door. Can you hear that, Dale? Yeah, you can hear him.
It's your CV. Also, kind of really in reality now with the algorithm and stuff, it's not local people seeing your work.
Yeah.
So it's more companies seeing your work.
Mm. So and that's the thing, companies look for consistency. It's like I said last time, really. When you're looking at consistency, you're looking at constant uploads, you're looking at interaction. Because companies, it's like exactly the same as I said on the last episode. Companies aren't looking for, they are looking for quality, but they're looking for consistency, aren't they? They're looking for that constant presence, constant go. And I think, to be honest, once you get that sort of idea in your head and just make it sort of part of your day-to-day routine, then it becomes easy to post. Like, posting does become easy. You definitely at the start, sometimes now you overthink your posts quite a lot.
Oh, completely.
Like, even down to the quote, you overthink it. I think the other day I literally just put, bear in mind we're coming into, you just dropped a raisin.
I need to stop and it's an addiction like Pringles.
Yeah, mate. Once you pop, you can't stop. It's like crack. But, yeah, so I forget what I was saying now. You were going on about
overthinking your Instagram.
Yeah, because the other day it's coming up to winter and I just want that summertime radness. And do you know what? I don't know where it is. Nowadays I just feel like I'm just going to post the first thing that comes into my head. And I think people can really overthink it.
Do it, put it down, don't think about it.
Oh yeah, because at the end of the day, no one's picking up a picture book to read the words, are they? And cool if they do, but you're not going to sit there and read through all the hashtags and all that sort of stuff as well, are you? So just get it up, get it posted, get it done, bish bash bosh, get it out. Do you know what I mean? Get it out there. You uploaded a really nice one a couple of days ago. Well, about a week ago now, to be honest.
I lie. I can give you every excuse under the sun, the classics. I don't have time, my clientele.
And the thing is, you've got the best camera setup going.
And the talent.
And the talent. And that as well, yeah. But yeah, no, it's just one of those, isn't it, where it has to really sort of, you say quite a lot of the time, you've got an older client base as well, so it's I suppose it's harder to take pictures of older clients when you're trying to attract.
Yeah, completely. I'm kind of like, for me, I just always look at Instagram, see these young, hard, skin fade lads with tattoos on their face, and then I look at my clientele, which I love, like on Saturday. If I go through my morning, my first one was a taper to back and sides with a beard. My next one was a short bob that took down to a pixie cut on a female cis.
I was going to say, yeah, just to clarify, you cut women as well in the shop as well.
Yeah, I'm like, I think we touched on last time, kind of like, I was talking to somebody on Saturday night and the whole barber, you're a barber, you're a hairdresser. And I just turned around and said, I'm a short hair specialist.
Short hair specialist?
Because really...
That's very nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a very nice way of putting it. Short hair specialist. But then again, if a woman came in and wanted a pixie cut or like a graduated bob from me, I wouldn't know what to do. Maybe a pixie cut, maybe.
So, you're a barber?
Well, I'm a skin fade specialist. What's the
boss?
Yeah, skin fade specialist boss. No, I'm an Instagram barber. Everything that I do is Photoshop.
Anyway, back to me.
Yeah, back to
then,
George.
So, then my third client was Skin Fade Crop. One of yours.
Yeah, one of mine.
It was my regular. And then the one after that was a long, surfery, mid-length hair on the chap. So yeah, very.
Was it Saturday you did that really nice taper, and he had like curly hair?
An afro.
Yeah, that was lovely.
Yeah,
and you used a sponge. What did you put in it?
Sponge, serum, obviously.
Yeah, because it had a nice wet look. They didn't look like
pomade.
Yeah, nice.
I don't know why, but I squirted a bit of sea salt spray in pomade and rubbed it on my hands, and then just tapped the surface with it.
Yeah.
I
like cocktailing though.
Yeah.
I know exactly.
Well, back in the day, it was called remixing.
Remixing,
getting two products together and thing, which is quite good. Trying to think of the classic thing, gel.
With gel and mousse, wouldn't it?
No.
Well, mousse was so.
You've got to be careful with mousse because it's quite chemically based, so you can get that kind of tacky strawberry fibrily thing. You know what I mean?
That fibrily thing.
Yeah, when you said, let's do a podcast and talk, I haven't done that many years' experience,
Oh man, but we were talking earlier about what. Well, I think we've been talking the past 2 weeks because I think we wanted to record last week, but busy. So obviously it's been 2 weeks later, but we've been spending the past 2 weeks being like, oh, what would be the next topic? And I don't really think topics are necessarily a thing, but we were talking about Icks.
We were talking about Icks. I thought about one before. I was talking to my client about food and stuff because we were both ex-vegans. And I was saying my ick is when you go for a restaurant and they order something that you can cook at home.
Oh, Shannon.
Mac and cheese.
Shannon tells me off for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, she tells me off for that because she goes, why do you order pasta when we go out?
Steak. Why order a steak?
Really?
I know, that's controversial, and I just realised the biggest meat eater you've ever seen. But yeah, no, I just think what a waste of time.
Yeah, but like there's some steak that you like. You ever been to that place in Birmingham called Gaucho? It's like Argentinian Aberdeen Angus. Mate, you can't
Yeah, that's
cook.
yeah, okay, maybe the type of meat.
Still
cooking it. 30 seconds.
Someone gives
you
some was it ragu? No.
Yeah.
Is it ragu? Because that makes me think of a pasta sauce.
No, ragu, W-A-G. Why have I started? The confidence nearly made me vomit.
A 4-letter word, and you're like, you dumb fuck.
Is it double G-I?
I don't know. I think it's W-A-G-U. Okay. But I'm thinking of the pasta sauce, R-A-G-U. Ragu. Oh, that is right! Yeah! Okay, cool. That's what I'm thinking of. Yeah, but you can't cook that at home.
No, okay.
Do you know what? I love a carbonara, though.
God, you're so Magnolia.
All my food has to be beige. No, I love a carbonara, and I get really funny about when people put chicken in it.
Oh, see, I thought you were going to say cream.
No!
Because really it should be just an egg yolk.
Yeah, I mean, I have made it with cream. Because I'm British, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but
I'm going to sodomise, other, I'm going to take a pizza and I'm going to put pineapple on it. But
God,
I don't eat pineapple.
You could never date.
No. There was one which was I was looking the other day, and it was like when you take your boyfriend into a barber's and you watch the barber pump him up.
I'm pushing the age now. I can feel my boobs bounce when they do that.
Oh, straight up, man. I can feel my tits bounce when I pump someone else up.
2 great eggs I heard was one was watching a bloke try and chase a ping pong ball on the floor.
Yeah, straight up. Or a receipt. Yeah.
And another one was the girls in traffic going alongside a chap in traffic. And they were looking at each other, and she was like, "Oh, quite attractive, yeah." And then she went to pull off and realised he had a plastic bag stuck to the front of his car.
I think you've told me that before.
I don't know why, but that.
No, I get it though. I do get that. I think there's like, I tell you what, Shannon's absolutely great at Icks. Absolutely fantastic. We were talking about Icks the other week, and she said something like, "Do you know what gives me the ick?" I was like, "What?" She goes, I think we were talking about trampolines or something like that. She was, "Do you ever play Crack the Egg on the trampoline?"
No, you had to explain this.
Yeah, you put yourself up in a ball and you hold your legs, and then people around you bounce, and they have to crack the egg.
It does actually sound quite fun.
Yeah, it sounds fun. But then she was like, to know the fact that you were the egg once and I'm marrying you. It's like, that gives me a bit of an ick. And do you know what? She's right. Like, when I thought about it, I was like, yeah, do you know what? Yeah. And there was, what else did she say? After someone takes their turn in bowling and they're walking back, you never know what to do you?
That thing. I don't go bowling, my hands don't fit in the balls.
For context, George is 6'9" with massive hands. Yeah, not like teeny tiny. It's not a teeny tiny guy.
Well, no, I have to pick the lighter balls because they're heavy. So I have to go a lighter ball, but smaller fingers. And then I went bowling once and got one stuck on my fingers. That's a nick. I have to go back with the ball, be like, guys,
help, please.
Help.
Yeah, people who put ketchup on steak for me. That's an ick.
I waved at somebody the other day and hit the ceiling. That was an ick.
You hit the ceiling? That's not an ick, man.
You wave with excitement and I'll put my hands in the air.
Yeah,
just because
you're really tall, mate. I can't see how that's an ick.
Do you not sympathise with me on that?
Not really, no, because I couldn't even touch the roof. I'm lucky if I can reach the light switch. But no, what was it? There was that one. You did. We were waiting for the park and ride the other day, weren't we? And I waved the bus, and you went.
Oh yeah, who does that? Park and ride. It stops there.
No, because we were on a bus stop that doesn't normally get off there. So I was a bit like, I was trying my luck, and I just wanted to be sure. Do you know what's funny actually? Shannon said the same thing to me because I. This was worse. I waved the bus and it didn't stop.
Oh.
Oh,
my ovaries just quivered.
I turned around to her and she goes, "Yeah, that's an ick, that. Yeah."
Yeah.
But then she started laughing at me, like, before, as I was doing it, she was laughing at me, going like, "Oh God, it's an ick," and all this. And when the bus didn't stop, I've never felt shame like it in my life.
Andy once admitted that a bus hit him while he was walking along the road.
That's an ick.
Just the wind mirror, wiping
getting hit by a car is an ick. Imagine you're on a date and they get hit by a car. That's an ick, that.
Oh, God.
Yeah, just a little, not bad, but like a little clip.
Keep it light.
No, like, imagine it just... You're sort of walking along the street and all of a sudden the bus comes past and just clips their shoulder.
Mm.
And that's an ick, that. That is an ick.
So, 28th, coming into Christmas hours.
Have you bought your Christmas presents yet?
For who?
Oh, don't make it sad. For me.
I'm single, ladies.
I've given you so many Christmas presents, mate.
We haven't discussed Secret Santa here.
Oh, there isn't one.
Mate, my family are so Christmas spirit that we do a Secret Santa. We fuck the kids off because they just have enough from their parents.
Yeah.
And then we send each other our Amazon wish list.
Do you know what? That's so efficient.
No,
that's so efficient, though.
You can tell my family are on the spectrum.
Maybe, but that's so efficient. I had to literally, because Shannon's birthday, we were in... That's what I did last weekend. I was in the bloody hospital with my son.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, sad. But he's all right now, everyone. He had RSV, so here's a little fact, don't go kissing babies that aren't yours. Also, if you're kissing babies that aren't yours. That's what you get. That's what happens. That's how you get RSV. It's when people like kissing babies and stuff.
What, just babies, not just people?
Well, I don't think you've got RSV.
No.
I've kissed your son many times. No, yeah, I think it's just a baby thing.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. I've just only ever heard of RSV in kids, and I've only admittedly...
I've never heard of it. I keep on thinking IBS, but that's what Dale had last week. Only joking.
No, but I can't really... I don't know. I've never heard of RSV before I had a kid. So I'm guessing it's a kid thing, but it was also like bronchiolitis, which is like bronchitis, but with the word killing, so it just makes me think it's a bit more serious.
Yeah, nice.
But either way...
They need a PR stunt on that one.
No, but either way, it was Shannon's birthday when we were in there, right? And I'd got Shannon a birthday present prior to that, but I was begging for her for ages. I was like, can you just send me some links? Because I'm no good. I'm no good at getting people presents. Especially like, we're all adults now. So if you want something, generally you go out and get it. So I've said, I only managed to get her a pair of trainers for her birthday, and we were going to go out for a meal, but obviously ended up in Hereford Hospital. Got back quite early in the morning and whatnot. So we ended up going to like Nando's a few days later or something. But I've said to her this year, I'm like, just give me some links. Please send me some links. And do you know what? I think the Amazon wishlist thing is a very efficient way of doing it. I wish my family did that.
It is, but it's not very safety-independent shops on the high street.
Oh, you're going down that route. Okay. Well, how do you know? Because a lot of Amazon is independent.
Well,
I know, but it's like people drop shipping, aren't they?
I like the fact that I started this. You said, yeah, that's a great idea. Now I'm like, oh, no. No.
This is my Amazon wish list, but please go to Etsy for it. Could you have an Etsy wish list?
Yeah.
Do you know what? I've been, now and then, I'll look for, like, edgy barbering things on, like, Etsy or, like, Amazon or whatever.
Edgy barbering.
Yeah, you sort of want, like...
You got a scissor tray, that's quite fun.
Yeah, but I got that from Barber Blades. So, like, things like, have you seen them, like, front-wearing holster things?
Like a bib.
Essentially, yeah. You
could in your bib.
Yeah, you could wear it as a bib, yeah. But no, it's like a front-wearing holster thing, and I thought... Oh, that looks cool. Because I saw it on Etsy and I thought, yeah, that looks really cool. You wear that with
it. Looks a bit bondage-ish.
It does a bit, yeah. But you wear that... It's not leather, though. It's not leather, so it's less bondagey. But you wear that with, like, utility trousers, a black T-shirt and all this sort of stuff, and suddenly you look all tactical and whatnot, and I thought that'd be really cool. But then I realised I'm quite fat, right? So that would look like a bra on. It would just ride up, wouldn't it?
I was thinking of mall cop.
Paul
SWAT, but you look a bit more.
Yeah, I would look a little bit like that. I did think it was a cool idea once to get like actual gun holsters and like have clippers in the gun holsters. But that's only really good for when you first pull the clippers out. After that, you're just the dickhead wearing suspenders, really, then, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you know what I mean? All this for a gimmick. And I
was going to say. Yeah, no. I quite like your scissor tray. Let's just leave it.
Scissor tray, yeah.
Coming in looking like some German rave.
Coming completely topless like a Burt Kreischer. But no, yeah. Every now and again I'll go on like Etsy and like find bits and bobs like that. Yeah. But have you seen there's this huge trend at the minute of, well, it's less so now more than it was, but of those like trimmers that you could get on Etsy, and they had like Aztec patterns on them and stuff.
Oh yeah.
And they were really cheap, and I know a few people that had them. Do you know anyone that's had them?
Yeah, I think they had them in the last barbershop. They might be worth it. I've never used them, but if the power's a little bit less, it'd be quite nice to do tashes and stuff.
That's turning a frown upside down, George. That's very nice. Do you know what I found that's really good for tashes that I got my hands on was the new berets. You know, the Wahl berets and the super tapers I got, the limited edition ones. Berets are really nice. I've never spent a lot of time with them because I've always been a detailer kind of guy.
Yeah. And
I love them. They're really soft, really great for the back of the neck, good for kids, fantastic, and really lovely for mustaches. I tried out my own mustache, and like beforehand it would like tickle, and you'd be like this. Well, berets don't, and it's absolutely fantastic. So I rate them.
Oh, okay.
Definitely get a pair of them.
Well, Christmas coming up. I'll send you a wish link.
Yeah, do that. Oh, beautiful. So, what have you got planned then, George, for Christmas?
For Christmas hours, I'm working up until Christmas Eve. Then I'm taking up till the penultimate Christmas Eve.
The penultimate Christmas Eve?
The day before New Year's Eve off. No, I'm
So that's not a penultimate Christmas Eve.
I just wanted to put that
The penultimate Christmas Eve is the Christmas Eve before you die.
Christmas Eve bit, I meant New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of working it. Christmas.
I don't think we're going to get a chance to do another podcast this year. No way.
No, because it takes so much time to sit in here.
But you know what I mean. It is like, I mean, I'm working through my lunches majority of.
You're working crazy hours. You're working till
9 till 8
every day in December, or just
as many as I can. I know definitely the.
You're the one with a family.
Well, they're expensive.
Oh, the irony. Have a family to see them and then have to work to keep them.
Well, that's it. No, it's we'll just make hay while the sun's shining, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. January's always quiet time.
Well, and I'm not being funny. If someone says, Someone says to me, "Oh, can you squeeze me in for a haircut?" And I go, "Oh no, because I'm going to go home and do nothing." Like, I'm definitely going to squeeze in as many people as I can at Christmas, but like that Christmas week is brutal. Yeah.
What's on your Christmas list?
Oh, do you know what? That's an excellent question. I want the Wahl all-in-one blade, the texture blade.
Oh yeah, you're really.
Yeah, I've been after that for a little while.
Simon changed your life when you watched that.
He did, yeah. Because he did this whole cut just using it, like long, shaggy, like rocker cut using it, and I thought, do you know what? Banging. And I
saw Sam Campagna at Buffing use a clipper to cut curly hair, and he said it's a great idea because when curly hair wraps around your fingers, sometimes it's quite hard to get with a scissor.
It's mint because like when you're
with a clipper,
when you're using clippers rather than not scissor comb, but you know, as you lift the hair at the top, and then normally you'd go along your fingers, wouldn't you, to sort of cut the hair?
Yeah.
With clippers, you push back into your index finger from your middle finger.
Oh yeah.
And obviously they're quite soft, so they're not going to cut you.
Yeah.
But it is good. He is right for curly hair. That's fantastic. And I only really started looking into that too much when I was on stage with them in 21, because they prefer you to use clippers rather than scissors. So I did start looking at that, because originally I was going along my fingers and all that, and it was just wearing the top of my fingers away. But
yeah,
it is really good. It's nice and clean as well. So if you get yourself the right ones, like, and using like a softer tooth, like if you're going to zero gap it and stuff, it's just ridiculous. It really is ridiculous, because then you're going to chew your finger open and it's just dumb. I don't like zero gap anyway. Do you?
No.
I
was going to say it's overrated, but I feel like
I don't understand the obsession.
Well, I think for you especially, because you work away a lot, I think it's good to get comfortable using clippers from the box, because then if a clipper goes wrong, you know you can be like, can I borrow a clipper?
Yeah, straight up.
Confident.
I kind of feel like...
Also, the amount of times that people over-clip it, do it wrong, scratch, cut.
And
You've
for
got to
what?
think of...
And for what? The way I see it is like, if you're going to get... I mean, there's the detailers there. You know, you've got your trimmers. So that's going to take it short. Then you've got your foilers or your blade, whichever one you use. And then if you're struggling... Like, I mean, Dale always says... It's quite good. Whatever you put in is what's going to take it out. You know, so you're using the detailers to put it in, use the detailers to take it out. And it's right, you know, you do you just fart?
Carry on. No, it is a very good point.
Don't just walk past that! Don't get past that! You can't even look me in the eye now!
I'm ashamed.
I just sat there talking, just squeezing the fart out on a fucking podcast!
I did not squeeze. It fell.
I can't even remember what I was thinking now. All I couldn't see is...
Getting your line out, use the same tool as if you finish it and you see a line. Use the same...
George, that's tickled me, that has. You look me dead in the eye like a sad dog.
Elsie, my dog, does that when she's grabbing, just looks directly
Yeah, do you know why they do that? Apparently it's a safety thing.
Yeah.
Because they want reassurance.
Well, you gave me no reassurance there. You just brought it up to the nation.
Next time I'll hold your hand. Just call me from across the shop. Reese, it's happening. On my hand, please.
Can you check, please?
But yeah, no. So, So I was at Barber Connect a few years ago. Huh?
Finish that chat then.
What about you farting?
No.
No. This still goes on to me.
Oh, okay, go
on. And I was watching Fives on stage, and he was talking about zero gap and whatnot. And he literally said, "Well, if that's how it comes out the box, and that's what the manufacturer says it's meant to be."
Good point.
Well, it's right, isn't it? Like, how? I mean, don't get me wrong. I do see the point of it, and I'm not going to lie. I have zero gap to my clips before. Of course, I'm sure you have as well.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I pass them to Andy. Andy
does them. Yeah. Andy has zero gaps on my clippers before. He's very good at it, but Yeah, no, I just agree with him. Like, if that's how the industry standards say they should be, then that's the industry standard.
Do you know what I put off for as long as possible? Opening the case on clippers. I always find that once that pops as well, it just sounds a bit different.
Yeah, no,
obviously you have to because the hair gets inside and hygiene and stuff, but I do put it off as long as possible.
Do you know one thing I do want to get is, you know, those cans that spray air?
Yeah.
Yeah, like the pressurised ones, because cleaning out clippers with them, it just looks amazing. And I'm always that guy that's using, like, you know...
You do own a hairdryer.
Yes, I own a head. No, but you know what I mean? It's like pressurised and it's small and it can get in. You own a head, right? I'll put it under your arse, mate. That's right. But no.
I've done that before as well. I'm not a trumpy person, but a couple of weeks ago I had to start drying my client early because I dropped on it. I could smell it up where I was, so like it passed his head to get to me. So.
Do you know what? Sometimes, yeah, you'll drop a sneaky fart. Like, I've done that a couple of times. Drop a sneaky fart, and then you're looking around. If it's really bad,
I wait until somebody walks in the barbers and
drop
on.
Straight. You've got to be tactical with that, because the thing is, I'm the other side of the shop, so I'm by myself. So, so if people are looking at me, you know, if there's a smell, I'm looking at them. If I know, I'm like, you dirty bastard. Do you know what I mean? But no, I'm glad this podcast turned into talking about farts. I feel very adult. But no. Yeah, no, I'm going to try and keep on topic, if that's all right with you, George.
Well, I'm quite happy to
move on.
Yeah, keep it from the box.
Yeah, so yeah, no, I just obviously no disrespect to people who do it, because I do see the reason for it, especially on fade blades. Like taper blades, not so much, but I can see why people do it with fade blades. But it just doesn't really. It's never really. It's never really hit for me. It's never really been something.
The only times I add it to a set of clippers, so I'd have one clipper.
Yeah. What's your favourite? What's the favourite set of clippers you've ever had?
Ever had? Super taper will always have a heart.
You don't have to say Wahl, right?
No, I'm generally.
You just say that because I'm here.
No, I've always gone that way. I've got the Babless FX, big bulky remover thing. But I've always been Wahl.
Yeah.
My first clipper was a super taper, corded in a hair salon where you got 12 girls.
If you could go back now and look at that clipper, how badly maintained do you think that clipper was?
Oh my god! Like I never took a blade off to clean between.
Terrible. Like I can imagine the teeth were all wonky and all sorts of things.
Yeah.
And you know when like.
And you used to hang it up and just watch it bounce up against the section on the teeth.
I was thinking about that the other day. In fact, I was thinking about it earlier because I had one of my old clients who I haven't seen in maybe 2-3 years. I was sat there thinking about how I used to have it. I used to have 3 clippers lined up. I used to have, but they were all corded actually. When I first started, I had corded legends and corded detailers, but I still weirdly enough hung them up when they were corded because they've still got the little hoop on the end, haven't they? But yeah, no, I don't know why I did that. Probably wouldn't do that now. Because I suppose, since the stands came out, stands are great.
Stands are really good.
Yeah, really absolutely. And it used to be a faff just plugging it back in and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, and you just wouldn't catch it properly. It's like your iPhone when you wake up in the morning and you realise you didn't plug it in properly, pissed the night before.
Do you know what? I don't, because obviously I'm that dickhead that's an Android user. But do you get this with iPhones as well? Right? And don't say no, because I know this is a phone thing, right? You're just gonna say no because I've got an Android, where like it won't charge because the charging point is full of hair.
No, because I'm a dog that I sit it on.
Oh, you've got a charging like.
But the reason I got that is because
See, I have to every couple of weeks I have to get like a pin.
I'll tell you what's even grimmer: tissue.
That's such an old man thing. That's such an old man thing, George. And I know that's because you put through a pair of trousers through the wash that had tissue in the pocket, wasn't it? Yeah. Oh, I hate that. That's an ick. That's a hard ick, that, George.
What, a tissue?
Yeah, no, tissue. Yes, tissues in pockets.
Hankies.
Oh no, not so much because.
Oh no, hanky. Who carries around it?
Old people.
Yeah, but it's got old snot on it.
Yeah.
And then they offer it you because they see you crying in the street after a Saturday's
I
column.
don't know what you're doing to have old people offering you snotty hankies, mate. I'm all out of tissue. I put them all through the wash.
Sticky Werthers in it.
No, do you know that? Like, you know, when you just, you know, when someone's like, oh, do you want to borrow my coat? If you're popping out and you put your hands in the pockets, it's just old tissues, and you're thinking, you dirty bastard.
Yeah.
Dirty. I can't stand it. Then again, do you know what? I don't blow my nose.
What?
Never have. Used to give me a headache when I was a kid.
Where does it go?
Well, you farted on this, so I'm going to embarrass myself.
Oh.
I just sniff. I just sniff and spit.
Oh. Oh.
Don't judge me.
Spitting in public.
No, obviously not in public. Like, I'll do it like in a sink or in a oh my god, or in a toilet or something. You know what I mean? Like,
Spit in the sink. In that sink.
not that one. No. I've not had a runny nose here.
That is definitely worse than having a little fart.
No, I don't. Yeah, no, I just never could do it. And I had to be on a thing called
Christmas presents, a pack of tissues.
Oh, do you know what? Actually, we went through the cupboards yesterday at home, and Shannon has so many packs of tissues, and I said, "Why are you keeping all these?" And she was like, "For when I have a runny nose." And the way I'm thinking about it is just use the loo roll.
I thought you were going to say detail.
Use the tea towel.
I would
Use
not
your
put
sleeve. Don't be weird. But right, I don't know when we're going to be able to do this again.
We'll bring one out to you.
We will do another one as soon as we can.
Quality chat.
Yeah. Well, we were planning on doing it weekly, weren't we? But I don't think it's feasible. So I think we can just stick to doing it as regularly as we can.
We'll do one a month at least.
At least. But yeah, I think we'll call it a day there. So, George, do you want to outro it, including the anxiety trumpet?
I've definitely got one of those after me. Oh man. Well, thank you for talking to me.
So awkward,
and, not to speak too soon.